Hello, I am Pranali Dandekar from Chemical Engineering Department in SVNIT Surat. I was selected for Wipro in the Business Analyst portfolio. The selection process consisted of 3 rounds mainly. First round was the profile based selection. In that they selected students who had 60% in 10th, 60% in 12th and 7 CGPA in the engineering branch. And for circuital branches the CGPA cutoff was 6 CGPA. And then the second round consisted of written aptitude, third round was the PI. The written round consisted of 3 sections. First section was the aptitude section. In the aptitude section, the questions were not very hard, mostly time, work, distance related. And if you follow some standard books like R.S. Agrawal, you will have no problem in doing this section. Second section was C and Java programming based. You need to know the basics of programming if you want to do good in this section. And the last section was verbal. It was very easy, so you don't need to take any tension about it. We had a Skype based PI round. The PI round consisted of 2 HR and technical. The first round was technical. So in the technical round, the first questions they asked is about your profile. You need to explain in depth your resume. You should know each and every point on your resume and they are going to grill you on that. The second thing they ask is some questions like guess estimate. In the guess estimate questions, you just need to know that they will check your approach, they will not check your answer. So ask as many questions as you can in the right track. And the second type of questions they ask are basic statistics questions like mean, median, mode. So you should know the basics of stats because you are applying for business analytics. The third type of questions they will ask is why you are changing your branch from chemical engineering to business analytics, and you need to find out a very convincing answer for this. And also they will grill you on hobbies. If you say that I am passionate about this, you really have to be passionate about it. The last thing they will ask is obviously if you have any questions, and I would suggest that you ask as many questions as possible because that is going to convince the interviewer, and the interviewers were very friendly, so you can ask some normal questions also like what is the pay raise, how they feel. These personal questions will increase their input in you. Talking about the detailed specifications of the questions asked, the guess estimate question asked to me was that if you are standing at the Surat station, how many pillows you will need to supply to the trains coming and going for 3 hours. So to tackle such kind of questions, what you need to do is, first you need to remember that there are 72 seats in each bogie. So you can ask the interviewer whether you have to do it for the trains only coming or for both ways. So if you estimate a number, suppose X trains are coming and going, then you need to multiply the number of bogies. Suppose you consider 12 bogies and 72 seats. So 72 into 12 into X, that would be your answer for the pillows. While doing this calculation, you need to tell the interviewer that you are doing such calculation based on such assumptions. Please clearly mention what you assume. Then second type of questions, the stat based questions were, he gave me numbers 1 to 7 and asked me to find mean, median and mode, which is very easy. You have done it in the class 10th level, so that is not something I should be telling you. You should. The HR round was also conducted on Skype, and in the HR round the first question they ask is tell me about yourself. You need to explain your resume there or the profile. Then second thing they focus mainly on is your hobbies and your work experience. If you have worked for some student chapter in your college, you need to explain it to him how you worked, what levels you have worked and what was your experience like. Always put it in a positive way so that they don't feel you were burdened by the work. And secondly, they will grill you on hobbies again. You have to be again very passionate about your hobbies. And like I was asked whether I would be able to pursue my hobbies along with my work. If you work for 9 hours and you have no time to pursue your hobbies, what will you do? That was the question. So prepare a very good answer for this. My answer was like I am very passionate about this thing and I can't leave it ever in my life, and now I balance my studies, college life with my hobby, so I can do that as well in my job life. So also convince him 100% that you will never leave your hobby. no matter what. He will ask again and again questions like, you will have a very monotonous life, you will have a very boring life. Still you need to continue telling him that I will not give away my hobby. And they were very friendly people, so you don't have to actually be very serious or very formal with them. You can even crack some jokes during your interview, and that is taken as a positive sign. So that's concluding the whole part. What you require basically is good aptitude. If you have a little less of technical knowledge, that is okay, but your aptitude should be good. Calculations should be fast, so that you will have no problem clearing the aptitude round. In the PI rounds, you just need good communication skills and logical approach to answers. You should obviously answer in a very logical way and provide examples to whatever situations you are supplying or the skill set you are providing them. Always provide that with your work experience example. And the second thing you need to do is always smile, keep smiling, and always be very comfortable whatever you are saying. Otherwise they would think you are stressed, and the main focus is they want stress-free candidates. Lastly, I would suggest that you give witty answers. Thank you for listening to me, and all the best.